Talk about poorly aged things. A couple of weeks ago, I uploaded 2 videos about the maximum characters you could unlock in a run, and I mentioned I had a Discord channel all about finding this dream run. Well, that dream is dead. No longer can you unlock 12 characters in a max % run, and here's why. You can unlock 30. In my Discord server, I created a channel just for searching for a seed for this run. After the second video was released, I got quite the influx of members into the server. But to my surprise, not many were active in the channel, at least not as many as I had hoped. Then, I got this comment on the video. So, I got a weird bug on my side. Each time I'm finishing a run, I'm able to continue to the last floor starting room or the last time I couldn't continue. And so using the same run to unlock pretty much everything. Does that technically count? Archie can also be obtained to reset for Mother, for example. Little did I know, this single comment would change the game forever. Soon after, TB joined the Discord, and we got to work. And I mean work. For 2 days straight, there was no more than 30 minutes of downtime in the channel, with TB and I poring over different theories on how we could use this to farm kills. We started calling this method of hard crashing the game to reset runs, well, force crash. You see, the next barrier needed to cross was 13 characters. The rules for our category was once it was proved possible to unlock more than 12, every subsequent run needed to reach that standard. So if we found a way to get Blue Baby, who was the next logical choice, the minimum character requirement would be 13. In order to unlock Blue Baby, we need to kill Mom's heart 10 times. Before me and TB started talking, the only way anyone would have thought to do this was with dice rooms, forget-me-nows, and Archies. And to acquire 10 of one on each floor was just not feasible. Some of you may be saying just to Archie and hope you get one again, but Archie does not reset the item pools, so once you pick it up, it's gone for good. In order to farm Mom's heart kills, we resorted to this hard crash. What was required of us to do was open a program called Resource Monitor, kill Mom's heart, then right-click on the Isaac program in Resource Monitor and suspend the window. Wait about 5 seconds, then end the program through the Resource Monitor. The game still counted as a Mom's heart kill, and you can continue the run. We were going to need a lot of Archies for this run, and none of us knew how we were going to carry them all. Obviously, you can carry 2 Archies if you manage to diplopia them and have School Bag, and if we manage to find a question mark card or 2, we can get more and more. Problem is, School Bag only appears after you've visited every shop, and since it is a shop pool item, we don't have access to Silver Dollar at this point, we already need to use our Archie to reset and find it. And moving boxes unlocked using Pandora's box in the chest, so what's the answer? Enter TBiscuit once more in his wrinkled brain. Co-op mode. With co-op mode, we can enter in 2 more players, with 1 in possession of diplopia, and 2 of us with Archie. We can infinitely dupe question mark cards with diplopia, and always be able to use our Archie when needed. You might be asking why we just don't use 4-player instead of 3. I mean, I'm partially known for 4-player, right? Well, we'll get to that. Seems pretty straightforward so far, right? Well, that's what we thought too. None of us believed we could get over 12 characters for this run, so 13 was already a huge step. But then, someone else joined the Discord, someone by the name of Heelsgood. And once Heelsgood joined, the conversation was once again revitalized. We began focusing on other characters, of which there weren't too many left to do. We knew Keeper and Lilith couldn't be done because of the greed mode. Well, I shouldn't say never, just watch till the end. So I'll use this with the Forgotten, and Jacob and Esau. And then the Tainted. After a little bit of chaos and off-roading, we decided to all narrow our search down to the last 2 A-side characters, specifically, the Forgotten. We figured we would eventually find our way to Jacob and Esau, but the Forgotten would be so much more challenging. You see, the issue with the Forgotten was I needed to get the shovel pieces. In order to get the first piece, you have to have already beaten the lamb. Then, you need to go back and beat the first floor boss in under a minute, go back to your starting room, and bomb the ground. You might be thinking, just use Archie after beating the lamb. Except Archie does not reset the timer. With no way to glitch the IGT back to 0, we had to look at alternative methods. This is once again where Repentance changes the meta. There is this new item called the Spin Down Dice, and when used, it replaces the pedestal item it is used on with the item that is 1 ID placement below it. For example, if you use Spin Down Dice in item ID 2, the inner eye, it will turn into item ID 1, the sad onion. Normally, Spin Down Dice ignores story items, but for some reason, not only are the shovel pieces available, but the whole completed shovel itself is too. The completed shovel's item ID is 552, which means we need to find item 553, which just so happened to be mucormycosis. Good shit, right? Well, no, not entirely. You see, to unlock spin down dice, you need to beat Delirium with Tainted Isaac. Not to mention, in order to get this kind of luck, you're gonna need a whole lot of Arkeys. So how do we do it? The answer may surprise you. Tainted Cain. Like we said previously, Arkey only shows up once a run, and never again, even with a reset. However, that doesn't mean you can acquire an infinite supply of them by crafting. What's the recipe, you might ask? Well, it's simple. It just needs soul hearts, bombs, keys, and oh, it needs bone hearts. What's the big deal? Isn't it just bone hearts, you may ask? Well, yeah, they're super easy to find once you unlock them. With the Forgotten, which we need to get spin down dice for, which is what we need the bone hearts for. Does your head hurt? Imagine mine. Well, okay, it isn't over yet. How do we get the path to Beast? Oh, it's just by beating Mother. Okay, how do we unlock Mother? Oh, we have to beat Hush 3 times. Okay, well, how do we unlock Hush? Well, that one's easy. We unlock it when we unlock Blue Baby. When we beat Mom's heart 10 times, we can go to the Hush floor. So all we gotta do is hard crash the game on Mom's heart, use the crash again on Hush, then use an Arkey, and we can go to Mother. Alright, let's do it. Oh no. Yeah, so here we are. We can't actually access the corpse where Mother is, because no matter if it's Mausoleum Mom or regular Mom, an unexitable cutscene plays your first victory against her. Which is why up to this point, we've been skipping her. And before I get any smartasses in the comments who act like they know everything, let's cover some bases. No, you cannot teleport into the flesh room with any assortment of items. No, you cannot enter it before the cutscene plays. It plays regardless of the room that you're in. No, you cannot enter corpse through an error room until the heart is dead. And no, for God's sake, Eraser does not do anything for us. I don't know what all your guys' obsession with it is, but it literally is useless. And no, you cannot hard crash the game right when you kill her. The run ends when you kill her, and is not continuable. Except for the one time I did it on stream, but upon re-entering the run, she just died instantly. The solution is actually much stupider than this, and also was a complete accident. I had streamed 2 days in a row of me just testing different theories on how to skip the epilogue cutscene, but also be able to continue the run from the mom fight. We spent a whole Saturday using Cheat Engine to lower the game to less than 1 frame a second to try and time the exact frame we should suspend the crash. But no matter how hard we tried, we couldn't recreate even close to my half success the day earlier. But then, this happened. While trying to frame count the frames between the cutscene activation and mom kill, I accidentally killed her and attempted to save and exit so I could just try again from the fight. But as I saved and exited, I noticed that I got all of the unlocks, but no in-game cutscene. Here, just watch. Ah! Die. Get her ass, Mom. How did I not get hit there? Okay, be careful here. Nah! Exit game. Top dono. HP is 68, not 69. Well, you know, well. Wait. But I quit the run. What? I quit the run though, dog. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck? No, wait, we just skipped it. Did we not just skip it? Did we just... What is it? What? There's no fucking way we just did that. That's the golden ticket. Seeing the epilogue unlocked in the stats menu, and the continue button also available. I was filled with bitter confidence. But I also didn't think it worked. I mean, after all this time, all I had to do was save and exit? Really? As I entered the run, expecting an instant cutscene, I was faced with an empty room. The run was doable. Before we go into the next part of the video, I just want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you that joined the Discord and came to the streams. Once again, this wouldn't have happened without you. Specifically, however, I want to personally thank Quark, TBiscuit, TTimer, and Heelsgood for their major contributions. Thank you guys. So the next thing that I can show you as a result of our week straight of testing is our route, and it goes something like this. Now keep in mind once more, this is not the actual run. Some people had a hard time grasping the fact that this run is a slimmer chance of winning the lottery, so if you're one of those people who are mad I didn't do it on an actual run, why don't you go make an attempt and send it to me? Just curious. Anyways, here we go. Much like my first two videos, you're going to go for the same unlocks. Different than before, however, as long as you have infinite time to do them, so don't get pressed if you don't get them right away. Things you gotta do in the first floor are: enter in 3 players. Leave player 4's slot open for the tainted characters, since normal cannot turn into tainted. Avoid damage and picking up hearts for Samson and Eve. Enter the shop and every subsequent one for the school bag item, which is no longer essential, but still very helpful. While in these shops, look for the question mark card and Diplopia. You should acquire Diplopia and the question mark card before we head into the blue womb, although the shop there may have one as well. Enter your normal secret room. You're looking for the R key to make this run happen, and it must be acquired by the time you leave womb 2. Another great find here would be we need to go deeper. Set your collection of coins for unlocking Kane and purchasing your key items, such as Diplopia. You'll also want to spend 99 coins in this run to unlock the golden razor, which you may need later for an unlock. On the second floor, your process is pretty close to the same. Enter the shop and the secret room, and the big difference on this floor being you get your first devil deal, which you definitely want to take for Azazel. Also in this devil deal you could find we need to go deeper, but you can take whatever you want pretty much. All the way up to depths 2, keep doing the same. Go for 4 soul hearts to unlock Laz, get your pennies for Kane, and your hearts for Maggie, whatever the hell you want. But again, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna have the next like 5 hours to do them. However, on depths 2, you're gonna be really frustrated. This floor is home to the mom fight, which also makes it home to the most precise trick on this run, and maybe even an Isaac ever, the cutscene skip. For some reason, Mom is one of only 3 bosses that can force the cutscene onto you, along with Beast and Mega Satan. However, she is the only boss where it is only once. Once you clear a cutscene, you never have to see it ever again. The issue is, as you might be wondering, is that if the cutscene plays, the run becomes uncompletable. You cannot go back and continue. This is where the cutscene skip comes in. On depths 2, make sure you have a way to exit the mom fight, because when you skip it, the womb entrance does not spawn and the door does not reopen. There are a couple ways you can do this. Have we need to go deeper and open the womb yourself, have a teleport card to exit, and a black market, use Forget Me Now, or in dire cases, spend one of your Arkies if you can spare one. As a note, glowing hourglass does not restart the fight once you re-enter the run. Now comes the time to execute the trick. Be warned, this is still in the early testing, so you may find an easier way to do this. But all it requires you to do at the current moment is pause the game on a certain group of frames and exit to the menu. Yeah, that's it. I spent a total amount of 7 hours streaming this skip, and ended up doing it wrong the entire time. See, what TB, Quark, Timer, Heels, and I thought we had to do, was execute it similarly to a force or hard crash. We used Cheat Engine to slow the game down to 1 frame per second and counted our frame window for hard crashing, and nothing worked. I got one run where I unlocked the epilogue and was able to continue, but upon re-entering the run, Mom insta-died and epilogue still played. If it wasn't for me trying to reset the fight and accidentally nailing the skip, we probably wouldn't be here. Here's a little tutorial. When you kill Mom, she yells Isaac at you. The second she finishes saying I, you need to pause and exit. You'll exit to a plain black screen. Just hit space or A depending on your controller, skip the cutscene that plays, and continue. Sometimes, the most complicated issues require the simplest solutions. If you're wondering how or why any of these bugs work, I'll be uploading a more in-depth tutorial video on how to pull off all the tricks in this run within the next couple of days, so look out for that. In the meantime, let's keep going. So, you've skipped Mom and managed your way down to depths 1 with 2 other players. Congrats! It is very essential that you have at least one way to reset and keep hold of at least one other R key. That way, you can use it twice more in the future. Womb 1 proceeds as normal, but Womb 2 is where we begin the force crash method. Open the resource monitor program on your computer, and then go beat Mom's heart. Do not go down to Shoal if you have the option, nor should you leave this floor at all. Go over to the resource monitor and find the Isaac window. Then, right click and go to Suspend window. Once suspended, wait a few seconds, and end the window. Once you reopen Isaac, you'll see your profile icon has changed, and even displays the amount of times you've killed Mom's heart. When you re-enter the run, you'll be back at the beginning of your floor, with nothing cleared. Repeat the forced crash technique until you can access both Blue Womb and have Blue Baby unlocked, so 10 times, and proceed down to Hush. If possible, use the clicker item to become Lazarus and kill the heart to unlock Bethany. This can also be done at any point later in the run. You're going to do this forced crash trick again for Hush, and you need to rack up 3 kills. Then, if you want, go fight Delirium. What those 3 Hush kills do for us is unlock the alt path to Mother, which once again we'll get to later. You need to do some more runs, but first you should go beat the Lamb. You can self-sacrifice on any floor you can find and make it into the Dark Room, except for Void and Blue Womb. Your most efficient route will be to go down to Shoal at the beginning of the next run, that way you can kill Satan and unlock Judas as well. You will also need to kill Satan around 5 times to unlock the negative, which you'll need later to access Ascension. This is a risky gambit, however, because you aren't guaranteed a sacrifice room. You could always reset, but you better hope you still have 1 more left for After Beast. Anyways, by the time you've killed the Lamb once, you should have unlocked the shovel items, which are meant for the Forgotten unlock. As you may have assumed, we can't do this the normal way. In order to unlock the Forgotten normally, you have to beat the first floor boss in under a minute, and carry the shovel handle into boss rush. Obviously, we're a bit further than a minute into the run, so we'll have to use our spin down dice method. However, not only will spin down dice be hard to find and unlock, you also have to find mucormycosis on the same run, since it's 1 item ID above the completed shovel, meaning this can take quite a few resets. Our solution? Tainted Cain. To get Tainted Cain and Tainted Isaac, you must open the hidden room at home as both Isaac and Cain. How do we get there, you might ask? Well, first, we have to go beat Mother. Luckily for us, we already unlocked the alt paths. Hopefully by this point in the run you've done the mom skip, because if you haven't, you may lose your run on all of its progress on the Mausoleum mom fight. Continue as you normally would all the way down to the corpse. Grab your knife pieces, beat the special mom's heart, you know the drill. Once you make your way to Mother, Ender, and grab not just your Jacob and Esau unlock, but also the Ascension unlock. Restart once more and make your way through the depths too. Because you've unlocked the negative by killing Satan, or maybe Isaac somehow, 5 times, you can use it to open up Ascension. Once you make it down, or I guess up, to home, use the red key found in Mom's chest to open up and unlock Tainted Isaac, our ace in the hole. Your best bet now will be to reset the floor with the Force Crash, click her over to Cain if you have the option, and get Cain as well, because you may be using your last Archie here if you're out of question mark cards. You might have cut onto our plan here and realized that we cannot use Tainted Cain to craft infinite Archies, but as a reminder, there is a catch. We need Bone Hearts. No worries, however. As TB pointed out to me while writing the script, Diplopia is super easy to craft. As long as one player has either Archie or question mark card, they can dip with them for what would seem to be an infinite supply. Make sure you're well off on Archies. The amount you need is going to vary depending on your luck and playstyle, and you're going to start crafting. I mentioned earlier how you're going to need to spend 99 coins in a single run to unlock the Golden Razor, so I hope you've been doing that. The reason we need to get Golden Razor is because we need to get 2 Spooky, and the reason we need 2 Spooky is because we need to get Mucormycosis, and the reason we need Mucormycosis is to get the shovel. Still following? Me neither. Because any item Tainted Cain touches disappears, a different player needs to hold it if it's found, or just leave it when you find it. However, there is an alternative method, albeit hard. As Tainted Cain, you need to craft a school bag, clicker, and Golden Razor. Then, craft 1 throwaway item because the clicker removes your most recent item. You want to turn into somebody who isn't Tainted Cain, place down the Golden Razor, and have another player spin down dice the razor 3 times for Mom's shovel. For this to work, you'll have had to already unlock 2 Tainteds, so while you're in Ascension and after you've gotten Cain, make sure you've also gotten Isaac. But let's back up. First, we need the spin down dice. Become Tainted Isaac, and once again make your way down to the Void floor and beat Delirium. Spin down dice is now officially unlocked. Once you've acquired the shovel piece, find yourself a sacrifice room, or just go through the game normally and head to the Dark Room. Once in the Dark Room, you need to find your dirt patch and dig up our bony boy. It's 1 more character done. I bet you're looking at the character list and just seeing how close we are to being done. I mean, let's just recap. You get Isaac by default, Maggie, Cain, Samson, Eve, Lazarus, and Azazel can be obtained whenever in this run. We got Eden from beating Mom's heart once, and Blue Baby from beating Mom's heart 10 times. We got Jacob and Esau from beating Mother. We got the Forgotten with, well, it's complicated. Bethany from a Mom's heart kill while being Lazarus. Judas from a Satan kill. And now, all we gotta do is beat Mega Satan and an Archie out for Apollyon. Or, if you're lucky, get a Void Portal to make sure you get the unlock without having to time your kill like we do with Mom. After that, it just becomes a game of collecting Archies, going to Ascension as different characters, and unlocking Tainted variants. One useful thing to note here is that Clicker runs in the same cycle every seed. If you can memorize the cycle, you can get maximum character unlocks every visit. When you force crash after unlocking a Tainted variant, that character stays unlocked. And all you gotta do is enter in, switch characters, and rinse and repeat to unlock the other 13 tainteds, not including Cain and Isaac. And that's pretty much the run. Or so we thought. You see, when I was scripting this, I thought we were done, we had hit our match. But then, I got this DM on Twitter from an account named Colin, and it said this. And I knew we had so much more to do. If you don't know, TM Trainer is the item that is used in Challenge 45 to create absolute chaos in the game. Every item in this is extremely buggy with a cursed icon and an even more confusing effect. From spawning spiders when hit to using the eraser item when picking up coins. It's nuts. I spent another hour or so on stream testing this, and then I realized it could literally take weeks to get the right effect. I mean, even after all that testing, I still hadn't gotten TM to spawn any hostile bosses, only friendly ones, and not one sign of a greed donation machine spawning. Our goal here was one of two things. Get TM Trainer to spawn Ultra Greed, kill him with Azazel and get Lilith, or have TM Trainer spawn a greed donation machine, and use that to unlock Keeper. You might be thinking there's a pretty high chance the machine will jam if we try to put 1,000 coins in there in one run. But because the jam percentage is based off your character, we can actually stay below the 1% line by using Clicker to donate with all 30 characters. The only issue was getting it to spawn. Maybe it would spawn if we killed Ultra Greed. Maybe that would crash the game. Maybe using TM Trainer on a run this big would crash it anyways. Who knows? Point is, it's going to require a lot of man hours. Too many man hours. And we don't even know if it's doable. I just wanted to make sure we included it as a possible method to unlocking every character in one run, so now we can boost Lilith and Keeper up to a definite maybe. If we make this a category, the rules should follow every other minimum percent category. And the second that a new milestone is reached, every run must meet that standard or become obsolete. For example, if everyone is running to get 13 characters, and someone in a run acquires 14, then every run that doesn't reach 14 is now voided, and that one 14 character run is the new record and standard. Which is why I think running this category at 30 out of 34 until someone manages to get that last 2 out of 4 over would be ideal. Anyways, this video was long enough, and just when we thought we were done, we weren't. If you're interested in following the growth and completion of this run, join the Discord and go follow me on Twitch, where I try and run this category multiple times a week, as well as play games with you guys every Wednesday. We still need help in Discord finding a proper seed for this run to prove its legitimacy, so if that's your jam, come on by and lend us your brain for a bit. I had a lot of fun theorizing with you guys on the possibilities, so expect a video much like this one to come out, focusing on the minimum amount of runs to unlock everything in the game. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe for more repentance content like this, go follow the Twitch, come join the Discord, all links will be below. Once again, big thanks to TBiscuit, TTimer, Heals Good, Colin and Quark for building this with me. Peace out, guys.